What's up, coach? Hey, listen, today we're talking about wide receiver blocking. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't spend a lot of time on. However, I will tell you that, the old adage is no block, no rock. I'm going to add something to that. Wide receiver blocking or perimeter blocking turns first downs into touchdowns. And I'm going to give you a good example here. This is from our first game of the season. Didn't like the result in the end, but I got to highlight this activity down here. We're looking down here at the bottom, and you might be looking, this is us on offense. You might say, this young man's a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller than this guy over here, but the heart and the effort he shows, gotta love it, gotta love it. So watch this here. This play is definitely going to hit on this edge, coming out this way to the wide side of the field, and I'm gonna let it play just in regular speed first. All right, into the end zone there. Now, let's back this up a little bit. I'm going to show you something, actually show you a few things here, all right? So the first thing, young man is in a really good stance here. He's going to get a really nice release. He's coming off the ball hard and aggressively. Okay? There, good release. He checks to see this play is coming. At this point now, he's engaging with the cornerback, all right? And he's already got his butt turned to the sideline. Now, as this running back comes around the edge, we're seeing he's still engaging. He gets just enough of that safety, just enough, not a lot, but just enough to keep him from making the tackle. Therefore, we score the touchdown, all right? Okay, here's another example. We're going to work once again to this wide side of the field on our left. It's the same young man out there. I believe it's the same cornerback. Now, this one doesn't go for a touchdown, but it still helps us to get some really positive yards off this play. All right, all this is just QB sweep to the left, call it 17, 19, whatever you want to call it. We're coming out on this edge, and once again, full speed at first. Watch how this wide receiver blocks this cornerback. Another good release, engages, pushes him back inside, drives him around. That's an excellent block. Now we're going to watch it one more time. I'm going to go through it slowly. And like I said, there's nothing really fancy about this play. He's coming out right here. Good engage right there. Another one, he's already sealed him on the outside. Sealed him on the inside. Quarterback makes a nice, powerful run, trucks somebody right there, got a late hit out of bounds. But once again, a great run that was only accentuated, only made better because of our wide receiver blocking on the edge. What's going on, Coach? Listen, we got some blocking drills from the University of Alabama wide receiver room. I want y'all to check this out, give you some great things that will help you get your wide receivers blocking down the field. This drill progression is something that's real easy. Most of us have a hand shield. Got a hand shield, we can teach our wide receivers how to block. So we see from this film here, from these clips, got a couple young men who are really doing an excellent job with this bag. The first thing is keep the thumbs up, elbows are squeezed in real tight, and we're going to roll our hips, run our feet. Okay? Roll your hips, run your feet. Coaching point for squeezing your elbows, pretend that you got a grape in between your armpits and you're just squeezing the juice out of it. Or say you got dollar bills underneath each of your armpits and you don't want to lose your money. Squeeze all that together, all right? Now, rolling your hips, run your feet. Obviously, all of our power is going to come from our hips. So we want to make sure that we are rolling our hips and running our feet forward. That's how we are actually driving the defensive back backwards. We want to make sure that we are clearing the way for whoever is coming behind us, whether that be running back or quarterback, all right? Thumbs up, something, thinking about actually thumbs up and elbows in, both of those relate back to your offensive line, okay? Definitely two coaching points you want to emphasize with them, simply because you want to make sure that we're eliminating all holding penalties. Same thing goes with shooting your hands inside. Those hands get outside, referees have a tendency to throw some laundry on the field, so we don't want that. Once again, goes back to shooting hands inside, thumbs up, squeeze the elbows in. All that is going to help create a nice little plane of power that helps your wide receiver drive the defensive back backwards. We'll just play this a little bit longer. It's really good action here. Really good action. Always want to try to get on the man's toes. Another great point here is you see how this young man just switched his feet. What he's doing here is practicing, making sure that he can perform this block from both sides, or depending on how his stance is on that play. So this next progression, this next step, now we're introducing a little bit of distance between. So he got 5 to 7 yards back. He's going to run at his partner, come to balance by chopping his feet, and then we're still exploding through. Good sprint, come to balance, roll the hips, shoots the hands inside, elbows are tight to your rib cage, we're squeezing, and we're shooting hard, we're rolling our hips, and we're running our feet. Shoot hard here, run your feet. This is an absolute great way to really emphasize to your wide receivers that they want to control the block here. Okay? First coaching point, don't lunge. When we lunge, that means our feet are behind us. And when our feet are behind us, we have a tendency to miss those blocks. Okay? Nobody wants to look like they're on an and one mixtape and they just got crossed up. So we got to make sure that those feet are behind us. Butt down, chest up. Once again, that creates a nice little plane of power for your wide receiver to shoot and drive all of his power, all of his strength from the ground all the way up through his hands. Speaking of hands, shoot them hands inside and control the block. Yo, thumbs up. Lastly, you want to mirror the defender. Obviously, in the drill, this gets a little bit easy, but guess what? In real life, they will not stand still. So you got to be able to move and mirror the defender no matter where he is going. Because we want to practice keeping our butt to where our runner is going to be. Okay, keeping your butt in between the defensive back and the runner. Now here, this is the last step of the progression. It's coming at him, and you see that we have 2 people set up in a cover 2 shell. You got a corner that's right in front of him, and you have a safety on his inside. He's still performing, he being the wide receiver, he's still performing the same block. The only thing is he has to recognize who the most dangerous defender is. Is it the cornerback or is it the safety? Now, for some of us, we simply say, we don't care about blocking corners. We believe that stereotypically they are the worst tacklers on the team. That way we're sending our wide receivers straight to the safety. That's cool. If that's your business, I'm not going to knock it. It's whatever you do, okay? But most importantly, they got to recognize who the most dangerous defender is. Then they have to maintain the block. Later on in the film, you're going to see the safety is actually going to creep up. Now, I like what they do right here. This cornerback, once again, they won't stay still. So they're moving around. The wide receiver has to mirror the defender, shoot his hands inside, keep his head in front of the block. Okay. Once again, get your hands inside because we don't want any holding penalties on the perimeter. Those are absolute drive killers. Now, he's driving them back. He's controlling that block. He's keeping his head, getting hands inside and keeping his head in front of the defender. Driving those feet, rolling those hips forward. This is your opportunity to control the block. Now, coming out of this stance, you see the safety creeping up, and he peels off onto the safety because he is now the most dangerous defender. All right, so maybe the strong safety, he's the force defender. Maybe he's an alley filler. Whatever it is, the wide receiver has to be cognizant enough to say this is the most dangerous defender, therefore he's who I'm going to block now, because this corner is creeping back like he's now playing cover 3 or like he has deep quarters. So make sure that we're teaching our wide receivers to keep our heads up, because we don't want robots on the field, right? We want our players to be able to be athletes and to make good decisions without us instructing them on what to do each and every time.